Alright guys, so welcome to another video. In this video we're going to learn how to create the toss animation. Alright, and guys, as always, it's very simple. Okay, it's very simple, and I'm going to show you exactly how to create the effect from the very part where it flies up to the sky and falls down to the ground. I'll show you every single bit of it. Alright, so without wasting much of your time, let's dive into it. First things first, you need to create a document, or you need to create the project. Alright, to do that, just go over to the beginning, go over to Alight Motion and click on this plus icon. Then you want to go name it whatever you want to name it and choose 9:16. Alright, once you've done that, click on create project. So I'm going to just go over to mine and start the process from there. Okay, so the duration of this particular animation is about 3 seconds or 3.21 seconds. Alright, so now let's start. So this first part is not necessary. I'll just show you how to go from here, how to go from this point straight to the end. So I'm going to just delete these other guys and start afresh. Now, first things first, let's break it down. What you could see here, you can see these are circles: circle 1, circle 2, and a shape. So let's start with that. It's very simple to create a circle. It's very simple to create another circle without a fill color, but just a stroke. And let's do that. So first things first, let's create a circle. To create the circle, go over down here, click on the plus icon, then select this circle. All right, so boom. So you want to make sure it is also as long as the initial video, about 3.21. Then you want to start from where? Wait, I want to shift this back. I want to shift this video, this a little bit, to have it from the beginning, so I can just do the measurement. So at this point here, you want to measure the size of the circle. So I'll just tell you the size. Once I'm done increasing the scale, I'll just tell you the size. So go over to, okay, don't go over to edit shape. You want it to be, don't go over to edit shape here to edit the circle. Why? Because if you go to edit shape, the parameters are broken down into x-axis and y-axis, and if you scroll, it might stretch it like this, and you don't want it to be so. You just want to go to where it would do it all together or simultaneously. Not simultaneously. Yes, simultaneously. So click on move and transform. They just use the normal scale tool here. Alright, scale tool. And you want to scale it to fit this circle. So it's approximately 40. Okay, let's just use 450. So 450 in height, 450. Okay, this is perfect. So you can just move it, adjust it to the center. Then the next thing to do is to duplicate this particular layer. All right, so to duplicate it, just click on this icon here, this guy here, duplicate the layer. So once that is duplicated, let's just stretch the two layers to the click and hold to select. Then once that is duplicated, the layer above the top circle, the topmost circle here, we want to reduce the size a little bit, just to, let's say, 370. Let's see how it's going to be like. Then you want to go to color and fill. Go to color and fill and take off the color. To remove the color, just click on this guy here. It's going to take off the color. And to add a stroke, go to border and shadow and enable stroke. So enable stroke, and we see it like this. Then you just want to increase the size of the stroke to any one of your choice. I'm using 21.5. Now that being said, or that being done, we can now go over to make this shape the color of our choice. Okay, so I'm going to create a background, just a simple square. By now you already know how to do that, and just fill composition area. You have to also stretch it to this length of the video and take it below. click and drag on that. All right, so that is perfect. From time to time we'll be turning on this previous design to just follow suit, but I'll explain everything to you. So now we have the circle, the coin flat surface, the rim, which is the stroke we created. Now we want to put in the currency. All right, so in this video I'll use dollars or any color, any one of your choice. You can use maybe a letter, any letter of your choice. It's just your freedom. All right, click on the plus icon and add a text or shape special character of your choice. So I'm going to just choose, I used this one before. I'll use this, let's use this dollar sign. So I'll click on it. You can select any font of your choice. For this video I'm going to select just pop-ins. All right, normal pop-ins, and I want to align it to the center. So just click on this guy here to align it to the center. Click on it once or twice. Then you can always change the color to your choice. So I'll just choose any color of my choice. So I want this particular video to not be exactly like the previous one, so I'm going to use another color. You can also use another color of your choice, but you want something like, you want it to have that good contrast. Whatever color you're using, you want there to be good contrast between them. So I'm going to just centralize it like this. I think this is perfect. Stretch it to the end. So the first step is to create the flat surface to the coin. Then we'll go over to grouping them. Finish. So I'm going to change the color of this guy to, let's make it lemon. Yep, I think I like this. Or let's do something like this. I've used that color too much. No. Let's use red. If I'm using red, I'll change this colors to white. So please, I want you to ignore any background noise. Yeah, I live with some children, okay, and children could be amazing sometimes. I don't like this color, so I'll just change it back to, okay, I think it's fine. Let's just leave it for the people that love red. So now once you've created, let's make it green so it looks like the real dollar stuff you get now. Let's make it something, wait, coin is what color again? Coin used to be something like this. Yeah, then I'll make all these other guys to, sorry, just pardon me for spending time selecting. You could just skip this part and choose a color of your choice that you like already. I struggle with this to just select one color. All right, so we'll go with this one. We finally chosen the color. Now very simple. Next part is to group all the layers, the whole 3D icon, the whole layers that you used to design this guy. You want to make it one layer. Now let me show you one trick. Okay, I'll show you one trick. You know, sometimes coins could have dashed lines. I'll show you exactly how to create yours. So this was not in the previous video, but I'll show you how to do that. So to create your own dashed lines, kind of like that, let me try. Right, create a simple square. Just add a simple square shape, and you want to give it the color. Let's make it something like this. I'll just try. If it does not really work, I'll just quickly quit and go over to this one. So you want to select it like this, and you want to also put it below or directly above the other stroke that you created. Then click on rectangle, go to effect, add effect, and search, and go to repeat. All right, and you want to choose repeat along paths. So repeat along paths is going to repeat the shape along the paths below it. All right, so since the path below it was a circle, it's going to repeat along that path. As you can see, let me hide this guy. Even if I hide it, it's still going to show. So I'll just change the color to something black so you can see it. Now the problem here is that it might not look like a real coin, so you can reduce the size. We have something like this. Okay, so this is how to create its dotted party ones. All right, very simple. But I'm going to stick with my initial circle. All right, I just had to show you that one. Okay, now let's go over to the step where we group everything together. So going to click and hold 1, 2, okay, just hide this one, 3. So clicking on the 3 layers and group them, so it becomes one single layer. You can name this your coin. So click on the layer and go up here and name it coin. Coin. Done. So now that's the first step. All right, what time is it now? This is about 10 minutes. Good. So in less than 10 minutes you'll be able to do it yourself. Okay, so now let's go over to the next effect. So the next effect now is where you have to so like I was saying, the next step is to click on the coin layer, go to effects and add effects. Now the effects you want to add is going to be in this. For you, if you don't have the exact Alight motion I'm using, you might want to check in the 3D layer. But if you have the exact layer, you just go to others. If you don't have it, just check here 3D and you would see something like raster extrude. Okay, this is the lame version of raster extrude. This is the lame version. Okay, this is the regular everybody's version. Okay, I'm going to use another effects, which is easier, simpler to use, and just sleeker. All right, so if you want what to do, go to the description, click on the link in the description and come to my DM, and it's going to it's just very, very small fee to have exactly the same Alight motion I'm using, and it is just for Android users. So sorry for Apple users that you will not be able to get this now. Okay, so now we'll go over to order. Go to order if you're using exactly the same kind of Alight motion I'm using, or go to 3D session. And you just want to click on this 3D extrude. All right, either of these ones, either of them, it will work. Okay, so I'll click on the second one and just go to standard setting. So here is how to do it now. Now we need to understand. Let me delete this one. Let me use another effect. Let me use the first effect, which is not the one with. I'm using this one now. Use this flat. Don't use the point lights. They're still good, but just use this flat. So I'm going to use this one. And now, first things first, you need to understand how these things work. You can try it by yourself. Understand what these things, how they work. So this is the orientation control, and this is in alpha, beta, and gamma, or x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. So let's try. So if we are on orientation and we move the gamma, you see how it is flipping. It's flipping like it's doing a backflip. All right, so we'll just take it back to 0. All right, take it back to 0. Click on the beta and see what it does. Okay, the beta flips it like this, like as if it's doing a twirl. Good. Take it back to 0 just to test it so that you know what you want to do. Okay, then go to the gamma rotates it. All right, let's go over to the down part to see if they're the same thing. So going over to rotation, this rotates it, just the same thing. All right, the same thing. Okay, so you're seeing that it is the same, so you can check out the other one too. It's the same, so you can just do your editing in one place and let's see. Exactly, so they are all the same thing. The two of them, orientation and rotation, are the same thing. So now for position is to shift it to the left or shift it to the right. The y-axis will shift it upward or shift it downward. X-axis will push it backward or push it forward. There might be glitches if you use the x-axis. It might not show you very well, but if you go too far, it might not show you, but it's still fine. Works well. So we're just going to take it back to where it was before, which was 500. Where is it? We passed it, so 500. Yeah. Then stretch. You don't want to touch stretch because stretch is going to distort your image. So now depth talks about how thick the stuff is. So let's just move the orientation a little bit. Let's do a little bit. No, not this one. I want to spin him a little bit like this, just so we can see the depth of the coin. So when you go over to depth, if you increase it, you see it increase the thickness of the coin. All right, increase the thickness of the coin, and I think 9 is okay. 9 is okay. It just makes the coin look realistic. 3D. Then scale, you just want to leave the scale like that. Precision, just leave the precision, you can just increase it to play. Interior color is talking about the shadow of this stuff here. So you can either change it from the black color, which is it's already in, to maybe something like the yellow, the same yellow color of the design, or something darker, just your choice. Then there's always a fade, you can give it the same color too. So anyone you like, you can make it darker too, like this. And you can just choose the original ones that they came with, fade, and that's all. So now the main place we are going to be playing with is the orientation. All right, the orientation. So I'm going to play this other video. I'm going to hide this layer now. I'll play this other video and let's study it. Okay, hold on. So you can see when it goes up like this, it only made just one turn, so it just rotates only once. So we are going to do that for us too now. So we're going to hide this now. Then don't bother about anything, just try to do your rotation. So we'll go over to your rotation now and check which one is doing the spin. So this B or the beta is doing this. So you click on create a keyframe and go over to the end and just take it like this. Okay, so you want the beginning to be at 0. The beginning to be at 0, so it's like as if it spins like this. So you want it to do a complete 360, so you just rotate it like this to 90 degrees. Alright, so this might confuse you a little bit, but it's not difficult. So we want to make sure that it's at least spins that way. Alright, so when it gets like this to 90 and over to so if you give it a play now, we see it does something like this. Okay, so let's play the other one, the previous one, and see how it goes. So the other one went like this. You rotate it like this. That's all. Sorry, this is a glitch. So I'll just try it again. Okay, I think he rotated the other way, but let's just try it. Alright, so go back to the orientation and you want to shift this guy, click on this keyframe and just shift it a little bit to the middle, somewhere around this, so we have something like this. Then at the second keyframe you want to add another one and make it back to not 0. Make sure you're still on the beta, so it turns like this. So I'm going to recap. So I'll put it back on 0. So first keyframe when this is like this. Second keyframe is when it is completely set to the middle, and third keyframe is when it is completely flat again. Alright, so that's just what we want. So if we give it a play, it's going to be like this. You get. Now forget about this fact that the coin flipped like this. We will fix that. So now we have that one done. So we're going to add our curves. Just use something like this, and for the opposite side do something like this. Alright, so this one has this kind of curve. You can use this one. This is a curve here. Just stretch it out a little bit. Then at the second part of it, it has the opposite, which is this one. Ease out and stretch it too. So now we've done the first animation, so it's going to be like this, slow and back to the beginning, slow and back to the beginning. Okay, now let's go over to the next animation. So in the rotation now, or orientation now, we want it to start from, put a keyframe now, and we want to put on that keyframe here, just like how it was in the previous one. That keyframe here. So we want to tilt it a little bit. So at this point, we want it to be somewhat like this, just about 15 degrees. So it's going to be like this, and when it turns back, it's go back to 0. So we're going to add the keyframe too, and the other one too. So you can just play around with these guys. Yeah, just play around with these guys. So let's still just touch the x-axis and see how it works. The y-axis rather. Let's see how it works. So we are giving it a play. No, that y did not go well. So I want to put the y back at 0. Okay. Let's go over here. Let's do. So I'm just trying to fix it the way it can. So we have something like this. If we give it a play. Okay, so now the initial video we had, at the end it was lying down flat, so we want to make sure that ours is going to be lying down flat too. So that's going to be on the x-axis. So rotation, here at this point we want it to be flat like this. No, not like that. Okay, this is on the gamma, so we want it to be flat like this. Okay, so if we toss it up like this, and it's going to fall like this. Okay, okay, that's just how it works to the end. So you can also give that same keyframe. Okay, so now we have something like this now. Okay, so yours can vary. Yours can vary, just depending on how you do it. So now we've had the illusion of it rotating and falling down. Let's stretch this a little bit. Let's stretch it a little bit. Now you have the illusion of it rotating and falling down. The next thing you want to do now is to split it into two. So now to do that, in this part where it is completely circle like this, straight like this, you want to split into two here. Split to two, and just make sure this one is staying here. And in this one, edit the group. In the second one, edit the group and flip the dollar. Click on the dollar. Go over to this space. Click on the three dots here and flip it horizontally. So this will make it inverted here, but in the original one, it's still going to stretch it now. Just the original one here is still going to look like a complete dollar sign. All right. So if I want to tweak it anyhow you want though, sorry, I want to tweak it anyhow you want. Now to create the illusion that this thing is falling or flying, we just need to add some effect, visual effect. So it's just you playing with your mind. Okay, so this guy, I'm going to stretch it out a little bit and split it. Okay, and just bring it over here. I'll just bring it down over here. So if you notice the place where I split it from the points where it was already flat. All right, it's already flat. Yeah, I know this might be a little bit tedious for some of you. Okay, so now we want it to be somewhere here. So I'm going to just quickly add an effect, add effect, and you want to do repeats, just linear repeats, and put it on the y-axis. Repeat it to like 3 to 4 places. Okay, that did not work. Let's make this a group. So just long press and group it up here. Group it up here, then we add the effect back again. Then want to reduce the x-axis to 0 and the y-axis, we would increase it like this. So this is what I was trying to create before. So I don't want the counts to be more than 3, so I'll just reduce it like this. So this is the remaining part of the coins. Let's give it a little bit of space. Now for this one, when it is about to land here, so we're going to do something here. For this one, we're going to just add movements to this. Click on the keyframe here and click on the keyframe here. So at this point, we'll shift it down like this out of the screen. Just follow me closely. And when it gets here, it falls like this. It gets, so to you know exactly what you did here. You know exactly what you did here. You brought something from down up, but people looking at it will think it's falling from the sky. So we have it like this. Now let's animate this guy. So we have created the illusion like as if it's falling down. We just need to add one more effect. Now the 2 coin layers, which is this one and this one, we are going to group them into one now, so that we can do a little bit of group animation. So they are one now. So at this point here, you just want to take it up a little bit, put a keyframe here on the movement and transform, and put another keyframe here. At this point, you just lift it up. When it's coming down here, put a keyframe here and put a keyframe for it to fall just here, exactly like that. So we're going to just give it that effect. So when we give it a play now, it's going to be like this. Can you see? It's going to look like as if it was tossed up like this, and it's a bit up for a while and then down. Now if you check out the video I created, there was something I did here. Okay, I think the video is glitching a little bit, so I'll just delete it and add it again. I'll add it again just to show you. If you check the video, when it was up here, I did not make it as thick as this one. So when it was up here, you see something moved there, giving it that illusion like as if it was flying. So we're going to create that. So that's basically just a shape, right? So at this point where it moves up, we'll just create a simple rectangle like this, stretch it, increase it to fill this place like this, to stretch like this. Give it a color of your choice. I gave it black in that my own. You can, I'll leave it like this here. Add effect and make it a little bit blur. So just add Gaussian blur. Alright, and just make it fade like this. Send it to the back. Make sure it is the same length with the video, at least. Okay, send it to the back of this layer so it is just behind it like this. So what you want to do now is that when it looks like as if this guy is going up, let's put it out here like this, put a keyframe, send him out. When this guy is going up like this, you want to bring him down like this. Okay, Just make sure it's straight. Then when it's coming back up, when it's giving that, you want to put a keyframe like this just here and send it back up again. Just that same point there. I believe you get the point. So this is, you know, when you're, so instance, something's going up, you can pass some things like this upward, just like on an elevator. You pass things like this, and when it's coming down, you can even delay it back, take it back like this, and so let's see how it looks like. So give it a play. Looks like as if you flew up and fell down like this. I believe you get the point. So that's basically how I did that stuff there. Very, very simple. This is about 30 minutes. I know because I'm explaining, it's going to look like as if it's long and difficult, but once you're doing it yourself, you find out that it's not as difficult as you think. So I'm going to just give it a different color so it is in line with the main stuff. So I'll just export it a little bit so that I can do a preview for you to see it. And do a preview for you to see it. So if you find this video helpful, just do well to like, subscribe. And I know this is a little bit long, but I believe you get the point. The place you might struggle with might be in the 3D layer, how to set the 3D stuff. Okay, but it's not difficult, just play around with it. It's very simple. So it gives the illusion that this thing is going up and falling down. All right. So that's how I created it. So guys, if you found this video helpful, this could be one of the scenes in your video creation, and I would love to see your work, how you made do with what you've learned here today. All right. I remain the Graphic Alchemist. See you in the next video.